Hey, welcome back. Another episode. Yet again, Sam is not here, and not even Jake is here. But whoa, what's this? Somewhere in the aether, in the voids, could it be the only funny person, the only funny gaming-related person on the entire side of YouTube has come down from the hell, come down from the hell. That's what I call heaven.
Hell, let's rock. I'm here.
That's what I call heaven, because if gaming ain't there,
yeah, that's a little reference there. For
heaven
you guys.
and hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they only have Strive. I don't want to play it. Anyways, Marty Moinkler is back.
Hello.
He's here because I think he's really funny, and I wanted to have him on the show. And
appreciated to be
no
here.
one's here to stop
me.
me.
To be here.
Oh yeah.
No one. Your executive function doesn't work from years of video game playing, and well,
I can only pursue pleasure, and anyone who tells me otherwise is trying to ruin my peace and is acting against me. They have my worst wishes in mind, and they get removed for being toxic. So that's why Marty's here. Yeah, you may know him from such videos as Remember a Game.
Yeah, my series that doesn't exist anymore, sort of. It'll be back.
The super duper mega gamer casts.
A podcast created entirely out of spite for the super mega podcast of how much I hated them.
It is profoundly interesting, and when I say interesting, I mean not really interesting at all.
Stressing, info hazard.
How they did not really like video games or talk about them at all in that show. There was mostly just mindlessly meandering conversations like, oh, I got a job as an extra at Hollywood today.
Exactly. Like that's what I was so mad about. The fucking podcast showed this art of these two guys sitting in a room with an Earthbound cartridge on the table. Like what a fucking pathetic bid for attention with
that's
like
how you know they're gaming.
Bland, like completely obvious shared cultural or like generational thing that's just a symbol. Like, look, this is a symbol. Like, God. That is pathetic if you think about it. That they picked Earthbound even.
If I end up not editing this, if our editor's back, I'd like to we just have like the super mega thumbnail here, and then the super duper mega gamer cast.
Yeah, we need a side by side.
Yeah, side by side. You guys, you in the comments decide who did it best.
A quip of them like blabbering shit, and then cut to us and be like, "Which one is it? Which one's the fake one?"
Like, yeah, from the first one especially.
Yeah, figure out which one's the fake one.
This is the revival of the Super Duper Mega Cast. This is Super Duper Mega Gamer Cast remastered DX.
It's on the Game Boy, and the aspect ratio is crunched down. He zoomed in a lot, but it's fun still. Okay,
it's good. It's got color.
Yeah, it's crunched down and funned up. I really
notice
like
that it's nothing like the original. That's what makes it. That's what makes it a remaster, because it has.
We can call it that because that's what any franchise is anymore. It's the name of the thing without actually being the fucking thing that it is. Like the new Doom game, Doom whatever.
Dark World.
Yeah, Doom Dark Land from Mario 3 is not a fucking Doom game. I'm sorry, it's not. Like,
Doom
2016, excellent, amazing fucking game. Doom Eternal was a game with a lot of fucking flaws, but there was at least like something. There was some things there. The shotgun is fucking cool. The grappling hook thing is cool. The problem with that game is it has too much lock and key bullshit design where there is one way to solve every situation, and you have to do these things on a fucking loop. Like, you have to neurotically continue to use everything on a loop. You gotta do my flame belt for my, gotta do this, gotta kill this enemy with that gun.
Yeah,
like,
it's it kind of reminds me of. I talked about this with Sam.
Bullshit.
It's like, you remember when Dragon Age 2 came out, and people were like, Yeah. Well, did you ever play the first one, or you played like
I watched a buddy play Dragon Age a fair bit. I remember everyone gets splattered in blood and doesn't really notice it. They don't really regard it during dialogue. They're just covered in blood, and it's disturbing. I'm like, why don't they care that they're covered in blood?
Because it's realistic.
Say anything about it?
They didn't bathe back then. That was just the day to day. They covered in.
Oh, my friends just splattered in blood, and they just have blood in their eye, and no one's like, hey, can you wipe your eye?
But I remember Dragon Age 2, because that was the transition to an action RPG. The director said something like, we like to call the X button the awesome button, because we want the player to say, that was awesome, every time you press it. And I feel like that was kind of the design idea that leaked in for Eternal, and is like kind of just being dumped on for the Dark Ages, the new one.
Yeah.
It's like, Doom Guy is epic. Doom Guy is so cool. Doom Guy is
like, I don't even, I mean, it's got, he's a Sentai now, he's got a big robot, now he's on a horse, and like, I don't even necessarily dislike the game mechanics they've come up with, I just don't think it's fucking. Developers are just cowards. They're afraid to make a new. They're afraid to make a new fucking game series and call it something that isn't a pre-established thing. That's all it is.
How much you want to bet after this, when this ends, they're gonna make Quake 2027?
I really hope if they do that, I hope they do a good job of it. Because, like I said, Doom Eternal was fucking amazing. Or not Doom Eternal, Doom 2016. Sorry, we're editing that out. Because I feel punch, so you edit it. You remember? Doom 2016 was incredible. That game was fucking perfect. Actually, the fact of the matter is, you can play it however the fuck you want. Like, you get a bunch of guns, you get enough ammo for everything. You can like perk your guy up, like level up however the fuck you want, and just like have a good time with it. And then something happened. I don't know if it was because Carmack was more involved, or like if id dudes were more involved and it was less Bethesda dudes. But like Doom Eternal got like, by the time the DLCs were in full swing, they had like straight up like World of Warcraft Dizzy animations and like cartoon bonk noises in it for boss fights. Like I'm not kidding. You literally would hit a boss and it goes like El Kabong, like Wampo hammer noise, and the boss has stars going around his head. It's like, this is already so removed from what Doom 2016 even was, which is removed from Doom Classic a lot.
I really just think that's just a consequence of just getting so popular.
It just becomes a melange of bullshit. It just becomes a smoothie of diarrhea that AVGN rather have,
Yeah, his favorite drink, the nerd's favorite drink.
Did I tell you my friend saw him at MAG again last year? Like this last one? Because I saw him the year prior.
No, not the new meeting.
Yeah, the new meeting. One of my friends was playing whatever the fuck that arcade game is where you're driving an ambulance and there's a child dying in the back of it. You know the one I'm talking about? It's
Crazy Ambulance.
Yeah, it's Japanese people coming up with wacky Japan. But yeah, no. My friend was playing that. He was sitting there playing that, and one of my other buddies was like next to James Rolfe, and then my friend gets off the cab, turns around, and goes, "Hey, it's James Rolfe. It's the angry video game nerd." And he had like an autistic meltdown, like fight or flight response. And he did like a turbo duck walk, like away. And his handlers, okay, so I must have like scared him or something the year prior, because he had security with him this year. He had like two big guys with him, and they were like, James, come back. Like it was like an off leash kid or something.
I think he's just like too valuable a commodity for Screenwave, because they don't really have anything outside the nerd, right? Like everything in their empire is just like people accidentally clicking on their videos thinking that the nerd is in them, as far as I know.
I've considered applying for Remember Game, but they would want to neuter the fuck out of it, and all the teeth would be removed, all the edge would be gone. I mean, I would like to sell out. We all would. There's nothing wrong with selling out. Oh my God, you made a career out of something you're good at that people like. Wow. Doesn't mean it's good. I mean, the new Angry Video Game Nerd episodes, like AVGN has sucked since the 2010s that was the latest possible expiration date for his shit.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking funny. I was watching the Safe State Gamer videos the other day. The guy
Safe State Gamer.
Yeah, the guy that makes fun of Chris Bores. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
Is he the guy that died?
Yeah, he killed himself.
Yeah.
Like, he's some guy that used to work for Nintendo Life, and he wrote shit for them, and then I don't know what happened. He fucking offed himself, but it was depressing because he's a funny guy, really fucking funny. But like, it's really good because I was watching one of his episodes. I was taking a shit, so I wanted to watch something. You want to watch something familiar and makes you laugh, so you poop more. Anyway, I was watching the video, and I noticed something he said was, I'm now going to cut away to a diagram and an animation of this thing from this video game and over-explain the joke, so it's even less funny than it is. Like, and he was doing that to make fun of Chris Bores, but I was like, wait, that's just modern AVGN. Like, he's just one-to-one describing what a new AVGN episode is. It's like the Screenwave writers will cut away like that. They'll do like Family Guy style cutaway jokes, and they're bad. They're fucking bad. I mean, say what you will about Family Guy, but the cutaways were actually funny.
Oh, they had actual comedy writers, I believe.
They had comedy writers that had talent, and they had jokes. A premise with a setup and a payoff? What?
No, I think you mean a reference to video game.
Yeah.
That's comedy.
Well, specifically, it was about Ring King for NES, which if those of you hardcore retro gamers will remember Ring King. See, he's frowning because he's a fake gamer. No, Ring King had a scene between rounds where it looks like the coach is blowing the boxer. It's if you've ever seen the NES art where it looks like the guy's sucking the boxer off. he's like head is where he's like, speaking of head, or because he's talking about Mega Man, he says bubble lead, more like get equipped with bubble head. And he's like, and now I'm going to show a clip from Ring King to further exacerbate the joke. And then he's like, I'm going to explain it. Head is where a man puts a penis in his mouth and licks it. And like that's the dictionary definition of head. But no, it's really funny. It's fucking funny. Like, he was hilarious, man. It is a loss. I ran into him. I actually ran into him on Facebook multiple times. In Star Trek shitposting groups. There's literally like multiple groups called Star Trek shitposting. I'm a fan of Star Trek. I'm not some lunatic, but I like TNG a lot. And I think Deep Space Nine, it gets good later, and Voyager's a pretty good show too. So I would just be in these fucking groups to post my own bullshit, or like,
right, you post Picard putting his hand out and you put funny text on it.
No, I would never think that. That's fucking completely pedestrian. It's disgusting.
You put the Picard face palm. You're like, oh, Mondays. Picard Mondays, as I call them.
No, it was Star Trek shit posting, which means you have to have a semblance of some sort of self-aware irony about jokes relevant to the show, right? We're talking about jokes and crafted jokes here, not just referencing. You of all people. God, you fucking...
You need to post a clip of Data having sex and shorting out or something.
That's approaching more of a premise. I mean, it's a little puerile. It's a little infantile. I'm making going right to boner jokes, huh? Okay, well, you know where someone's mind is at. No, like, yeah, but anyway, they were funny groups. They were good. Star Trek shit posting had some actual good shit. It's like, remember the video that one fucking dude made? Who was the guy that made the Data's painting with like the I love being strong with like the horse stomping on people?
Wasn't that Andrew Hussey?
Yeah, it was Hussey. Yeah. It's the fucking Homestuck guy.
He was actually like a comedy genius.
No, he's really fucking funny. Like, he's goddamn hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't like Homestuck, but I don't personally like Homestuck. I know all the girls listening were just like, oh man. No, but I don't dislike it at all. I get the appeal. I just didn't get into it when it was a thing. You know what I mean? I wasn't there when it was a fucking thing. So I don't give a shit to read 8 million pages of it. I do appreciate jokes from it. And of course, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff is an indelible mark on the history of gaming humor and gaming comics, which comes from fucking Homestuck. It is a meta comic from that, right? Like, it just comes from
it's one of the characters made it as a joke.
Well, yeah, which is hilarious because you know the backstory to that from the forum post, right?
Oh, well, when he's on the Penny Arcade forums, right?
Yeah, the Penny Arcade. Have you read? I've read the thread.
Yeah, I've read his old ass comics, like the Baby Muppet Saw or whatever.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, he had some really crazy ass, really funny comics. He's actually an amazing. I have a copy of the Whistles comic he made, the Clown series.
I don't even know that one either.
Yeah, that was like the comic he got published before MS Paint Adventures took up, but I don't think it did too well because it just had the one volume and then it stopped. But I thought it was great. I thought he was
fucking hilarious. You know who used to be funny was Drill back on. I remember seeing his shit on Newgrounds when he was Drunk Magic Koopa was his username, and
he used to like make cartoons or what?
He would make like shitpost Flash animations. Like, he would make like really spazzy, funny, weird bullshit with like, there was a series called Shine Get that was about Super Mario Sunshine. It was just Mario going around. Usually Bowser would say Bowser go shit and have diarrhea all over Mario. And as Shine would come out, he'd be like, or like, I don't know, there was just a bunch of other stuff. And then like Professor E. Gadd was like an antagonist in this series for some reason. And he sent a Robot Mario after Mario, who's the face of Robot Mario was like a low res VHS crop of the Mario Brothers Super Show with like scan lines and TV crap all over it. It was really good. Yeah, he did RoboCop. He had a RoboCop one just called RoboCop where like RoboCop's dick is hanging out and he's talking in text to speech really fast. He does some racist jokes in there. Like Drill
did?
Yeah,
I can't believe that.
Yeah, he had a ton of like edgy shit back then. So he had a brand change. He went from Drunk Magic Koopa to Drill, which apparently Drill's account is a Pod Person account now. Have you heard these accusations that he
sold it to someone now, just kind of like
he sold it to like a collective he sold it to a collective of like hacky fucking morons who can sort of make a simulacrum of what he kind of sounds like to read if you're and you don't know the tonality, or if you don't understand substance over form, I'm sure he'd trick you. But yeah,
it's like humans trying to replicate an AI learning model.
Yeah, he went from not so funny anymore to insanely not worthwhile at all. It's great. And I like the accusations getting like met with replies. Like he broke character to reply to people accusing him of it, which instantly checkmate.
Which means it's true.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally, normally that logic sucks, but like in this case, it's actually true.
This is the way it works. Yeah, this guy sucks.
You said you're not into that, so you must be.
Yeah. Arachnophobe, huh? I wouldn't want to be a spider around you, pal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's funny. I love that. I always love that. They just pretend to hate it because I'm playing Final Fantasy. I don't know if you hear that.
I did, yeah.
That's actually my girlfriend's alarm clock. That's how much of gamers we are in this household. She has a Final Fantasy.
It's the only way she can wake up.
To be reminded, there's a great series with characters by Nomura with too many belts and zippers that look like, I gotta say it. They're just like
I like them. Honestly, I like the Nomura designs. I like the Nomura designs more than the Amano designs.
Fuck you. I like
it's true. Well, you gotta remember, I'm 30. I'm not, fucking 80 like you.
I'm not 80. I'm not 30 either.
I grew up with Cloud and Squall and
that's the thing. Here's the thing. Guy. Final Fantasy VII's Nomura designs are like restrained a bit. They're good. They're restrained enough from his like annoying shit that I hate about. Like if I look at Kingdom Hearts and I see that character with his Ronald McDonald shoes and his cloud hair, I want to fucking puke in my own mouth. Okay, I hate it.
So like with the random Vincent Sephiroth wing and all that shit.
Yeah, it sucks. Like
when I saw that, I was kind of pissed off because that's not what Cloud looks like.
It's just a fucking mishmash of garbage. Like when I played Final Fantasy VI back in the day. When I was a child, even the only character I hated was Setzer, and I didn't know why. I just hated his design, and I was just like, I hate this character. I hate the way he looks. This is just a shitty Han Solo. And then I grew up and found out, that's the one character that Nomura made for that game. Every other character is Amano. Yes, Setzer is a fucking Nomura character. And it's hilarious because I've always fucking hated Nomura characters, and it was a huge realization. I was like, wow, okay, that explains everything. But yeah, like for what it's worth, as much as I hate Nomura's designs, I actually like not the fucking Crisis Core and on Cloud. That is like weird, like soccer mom hair. That's not the Cloud hair I know. He had it parted more to the side and it looked more badass and cool.
More defined with the spikes.
It was fucking cool in the PS1. And then he turned it into this like weird new male like soccer mom hair. Like it's Applebee's soccer mom hair. It's just like a bad haircut she got, and she's going and getting an Appletini to like feel okay about it. That's the fact you can pick the classic one in Smash is all that matters to me because I'm not playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah, you don't want the Advent Children with the big tarp on his leg or whatever.
No, and I don't like the idea of them breaking games up into episodes. Like the Final Fantasy VII remake should have been one whole thing, but they're like, we're just gonna do this and then sell you it piece by piece. Fuck you.
Yeah, disc by disc.
There's going to be complete disparity between the visuals. Like, there's going to be no fucking parity between those versions. I guarantee they're going to be
that's why they're going to keep re-releasing it in the new versions. Like, even the first one already had the expansion with the Yuffie stuff, and I'm sure it'll happen again when the third one comes out.
Okay, so they're just going to keep rehashing. You're going to keep paying for the same content the same with more crap
with the Switch 2, like with the Zelda shit. They're re-releasing them for the Switch 2, but you have to pay $80 for the Switch 2 version still.
Right, but that's a whole Zelda game. This is a fucking part of a remake of a game. This is a remake of part of a game. And they're the whole point of it was supposed to be, it was going to be episodic. I don't know how the fuck you say words, but now you're telling me they're just releasing the same fucking thing with more shit tacked on?
Yeah, but it's 80 hours.
That's preposterous that it's the same, but I don't want to play through the same fucking thing again.
It's the first game is just Midgar. That's it.
So does it patch it on to the end of your existing save file, or do you have to replay it every time?
I don't even think you have to play the first one to play the second one at all. I think you can just jump right into it, and I don't even know if there's any reward for doing it. I think maybe you get like Witcher style weapon and slight experience maybe, but I don't think there's any like actual major benefit if I'm not crazy.
Well, it's crazy to buy remakes, that's what I say. I don't like these remakes, dude. Oblivion remake is so fucking annoying. I hate Oblivion.
You don't like paying for horse armor again, but it's funny. It's funny that they're doing that because they're self-aware. They're self-aware that it makes them money.
You know what else would be funny is a nail bomb in their fucking PO box.
It's like an episode of Saturday Night Live. You know, it's like
isn't me, federal authorities. Okay, this is not an actionable gun and bomb style terrorist threat. I was saying I would laugh if someone at Bethesda opened a package and it blew up and killed them.
I was saying this the other day.
Just proposing.
Bethesda they could release anything. They could release the most buggy, broken piece of shit game, and it would sell millions of dollars every time, even if all the reviews this is literally fucking unplayable.
Reviews. There'd be glowing reviews from like the fucking psychopath people and paid marketing. Yeah. Bethesda, I swear to God, was the first fucking company to have like paid actors go and argue on forums and shit. I swear to God, they must have.
Yeah, literally like, you can't pay, you don't have a job, you can't afford Knights of the Round DLC.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that shit before DLC. Before DLC existed, nobody would ever say anything about like, oh, you can't afford to buy the game.
Yeah.
Like, people were like trying to figure out how to mod their consoles to pirate more shit. And PC gamers were always pirating shit. No one fucking cared about the integrity of paying any amount of money for fucking game stuff.
Now they've been made to feel bad, so they have to pay twice as much. They have to pay for the same game.
That's like half a standard deviation above average IQ level stupid fucking trick that shouldn't work on anyone, but it works.
And yet it does.
Most people are retarded.
It does, and it has.
You don't need a good argument to have a compelling argument. You just need something that sticks in a retard's brain.
You make someone feel bad. You have to be like,
you make someone who's too dumb in the moment to come up with a fucking counterpoint feel bad slightly, and then they will forever cope and like it'll just lodge in their brain and change who they are permanently. It's like a brain AIDS. It's like a form of brain AIDS to do that to someone.
It's like kind of like a brain X parasite for any Metroid fans out there.
It is. You have to cut, and they're gonna have to cut pieces of you off for the sequel, and you're gonna look all weird. And
then you're gonna turn into an SAX.
It's gonna be way more linear.
You're gonna be hunted down by your old self, reanimated.
I hope. It all falls in place. That's what deserves. That's actually what they deserve. Is the old them before they became.
It rises.
Okay. Before they became okay with DLC, the old them comes and blows their brains out. I'm doing you a favor. It says. Yeah. As they buy their 100th Funko Pop, and
that's so going into any
purchase complete. They click on
it's like, I don't know if it's a necessary evil or what, but it is so depressing. I'm not just talking about like GameStop, but anytime I go into any gaming store, like retro or otherwise, they'll always have the back wall just like floor to ceiling Funko Pops.
Get this fucking PVC garbage out of here. This is not even gaming adjacent.
That's what sells
even gaming adjacent, dude. I mean, they probably are just like Funko Pop stores.
I feel like that is like, it's the only thing keeping the stores alive almost, because like, I'll go in there and I'll be like, me asking for the Sega Saturn games. And, they always say, we don't have any. Someone came in and bought them all and they're going to hoard them until the end of the time. And I say, fuck. But there's always someone buying Funkos.
Those found a loving home.
Yeah, they found a loving home in someone's gigantic locked safe where no one is ever allowed to play them again.
We don't play games. We just put them in a box and get them professionally rated.
Wait for the value to go up. Wait for the number to go up so then I can sell it when I decide it's worthwhile. It's like buying gold.
I'm on a podcast right now. I'm recording it. It's fun. I don't have a Roth IRA or like a 401k. I buy Funko Pops and video games. Give me 1 minute, actually. This takes awake. 1 second.
I said hi also.
Nintendo Gamer Deluxo says hi. I don't know what his username is. We'll call him that.
Nick is fine. I don't care. Nicholas, I don't know.
Yeah, Nick is good.
Yeah.
Nick is good.
It's I was looking at covers of old games to remember, what we're here for.
Covers of games?
Looking at old Japanese game covers, be like, oh yeah, I like this stuff. I don't just hate it all the time, actually. As long as it's Japanese.
My favorite one was Trap Gunner.
What's that?
Trap Gunner's like anime Bomberman. Katana Zero totally ripped off the aesthetic from it, actually. Like TV menu shit.
Oh, good. That's why it looks so good.
There's like two things that definitely inspired Katana Zero. There's that Trap Gunner for sure, and then there's this fucking guy, the Japanese guy that made like Dojin games, and there's one called Nikujin.
Oh, I've never heard of that. That sounds
It's dope.
really funny. Yeah.
It's like actually a good ass game. It's like a speed game, kind of like you're meant to run around super fast.
Like a PC 98 or something.
No, it's a Windows XP. It's maybe a Click
Oh,
Media
shit.
Fusion. Yeah, it was from the
Wow.
XP era. This guy made a lot of them actually. His name was Ikiki.
He's just like one of those crazy guys who had a homepage. He just posts shit randomly.
He still releases shit actually, but yeah, like these were like known Dojin games. Like a lot of Japanese PC, users, gamers will remember these games. But yeah, he made Teppo Man and Nikujin are probably the two most well known. Teppo Man is fucking great. It's like a hostage rescue side scroller run and gun with like you got to jump around and shoot guys, and it has all stolen Counter-Strike 1.6 and Day of Defeat noises. Like all the audio in his games is stolen shit. It's great. Like when you in the Ninja one, when you kill people with the fucking sword, it's just the Half-Life crowbar noises. It's great. it's so fucking.
These are 3D games.
No, they're like 2D.
They're all
These
sprite based.
Yeah, they're like MS Paint, like 2D looking shit. They're great though. But yeah, Katana Zero is like the guys that made that said they played Nikujin, which is really dope. I didn't even know that. It's funny. I started playing Nikujin just because it's a fun speed run. Because it's like you gotta kick off walls and run real fast. You can like do like a plunging attack and stab people in the neck. You gotta run
directly into the enemy and use the invincibility to run to the end of the stage.
It's one hit death. Everything kills you instantly. You touch anything, you're fucking dead. Maybe not one hit. It's like basically you get a small health bar.
Yeah.
But yeah. But the plunging attack shit, it's like it's invented that. Dark Souls probably stole that from Nikujin. Yeah,
I like good killing games. I like a nice.
Well, you use the killing enemies facilitates the platforming too. So like you will like do stuff where you'll run off a ledge, plunging attack a guy, and then like kick up off of him really high and go to the next jump and like wall run off and like do a fucking flip onto the ceiling, and then like another guy will walk underneath you and you'll plunging attack him and bounce all around. It's fucking great.
Yeah, they're like single-use springs or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's sonical springs, but you're killing instead.
Like Mario. They're like Mario Goomba.
Pretty much. I mean, what isn't, really every game is pretty much Mario.
Yeah, when you think about it, everything's either Mario
or... They're like on a screen. You control them with a controller.
Mm-hmm. You kill.
They have characters. Yeah, there's sound effects. So basically every game is Mario.
They're just ripping off.
They're all ripping off Mario, yeah.
All Mario likes. All Mario-esque.
Dude, can I just say the term Metroidvania is fucking dumb and I hate it.
I was going to say, like, Mario Vanias.
No, I'm so sick of that fucking term. The reason that Symphony of the Night is called a Metroidvania is because it's a fucking Castlevania game that's like Metroid. What the fuck is it about any other game that should be called Vania? Nothing.
Speaking about Japanese superiority in gaming, they don't call it Metroidvania. They call it search action. Yeah, it's like its own genre instead of this portman. I mean, that's this thing too with people like, oh, this is a Souls-like game because I guess you can't say action RPG.
Yeah, because there's a health bar.
There's a health bar, and you can do a roll.
Attacks, yeah. There's attacks in it. Action RPG is a fine name, yeah. I mean, I guess
tough as nails, Souls-like game.
That's the thing is, that's completely fucking overused as a. It's extremely overused as a metric for difficulty when Castlevania already did that. Like all Dark Souls games are as analogous to 3D Castlevania games. Wow, there's long checkpoints where you have to play properly or you have to retry it again. Whoa, who did that before? Video games?
I played Lunacid?
No.
It's like someone who made a modern Kingsfield game.
Oh, yes. Yes, I've seen it.
I played through that. That was actually, I liked it a lot. I liked it enough to actually play. They made a prequel entirely with the Kingsfield editor software made in like 2000.
That's cool.
And it's it gives you a good
so it's a retro. So it's like a true definition of retro, actually, because it's a true
Kingsfield game.
It's a thing made to be a facsimile of old shit, and it's actually using the old map editor and stuff.
Exactly.
So nobody uses retro that way. I don't use it that way, but that's what it actually is supposed to mean.
It's a very, very cool thing if you want to check that out. If you ever want to see what it was like. It's called Lunacid Tears of the Moon.
Of the Moon is a good subtitle for your fake prequel games. We already know that from Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
is free. It's true. That's when the spin-off surpasses the original.
That happens a lot.
Like Wario, Wario Lands.
Duke Nukem Manhattan Project was way better than fucking Duke Nukem Forever.
Is it like the 3D side-scrolling one?
Yeah, it's a throwback to the classic games. Like it's a throwback to 1 and 2. Because Duke Nukem 3D is literally the third game in the fucking series.
Yeah,
it's Duke Nukem 3D.
I never played the DOS games, but I know he used to have he had like a pink tank top or something.
His name was spelled differently because of a lawsuit with fucking Captain Planet. Yeah, Duke Nukem. No, Nukem was Nukum, Nukem, Duke Nukem. No, I'm not even kidding, because they were afraid that Captain Planet was going to fucking sue them.
Was there a character named Duke Nukem in Captain Planet?
Apparently. I never watched that garbage. I hate most like shovelware garbage cartoons for kids. I actually fucking hate Ninja Turtles. It sucks.
That was pretty much every cartoon when you were a kid, as far as I know.
They're almost all like almost all of them ubiquitously suck.
It was all just like, hey kids, go to the store and throw a fucking tantrum until your parents buy you all these toys.
They were 20-minute toy commercials, 20 to 30-minute toy commercials, yes. With the commercials during the shows would be toy commercials too.
Yeah.
So it was animated toy commercial and then show kids playing with toys. Yeah.
I'm having so much fun with my Raphael.
I mean, I had more fun with the Ninja Turtles toys when I played Ninja Turtles, as a kid in the 80s.
More fun than playing the Ninja Turtles NES game.
Yeah, right. I'd rather walk across it. Rather have a dog. You can just walk over it. Rather have a dog shit on me. You can just walk over it. No, like back in the 80s when I would quote unquote play Ninja Turtles, I was a really smart kid. I'd take them and I'd throw them as hard as I could at the wall and they'd blow up into pieces and then I'd put them back together and I'd do it again. That's how I quote unquote played Ninja Turtles. They were throwing objects that you smashed to a wall. I did have the NES game too.
Like a puzzle game, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's fun.
The best way to. That's how. Like, what would you rather? I was like role playing with him, going, "Oh, let's have a tea party, Donatello." No, I threw them at the wall and they exploded. That's the correct way a boy, a young boy a male human should play with his toys.
Going back to collectors, I'm sure that one of them hearing that just like having a heart attack, that just totally greased out, clogged artery heart attack at the thought of a pristine Ninja Turtle doll exploding into a million pieces.
I had a Generation 1 Optimus Prime too, which that sells for a whole lot.
That also just smashed with a hammer.
No, I don't. Yeah, actually, I think so. Probably. I want to make him do new transforms. I'm gonna make him different. I don't remember.
I know.
It's gone. All
stupid kids. I can't believe that as a kid you played with the toys. What an idiot. You didn't want to invest.
I didn't leave it in the perfect package. Like, I never kept anything. I just got used, because I moved around a lot. And so I got used to just like not having, I just got used to like picking up and leaving my whole life and just starting another, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it. We're moving, So
can't play Genesis anymore. The neighbor isn't going to be here. Yeah, etc.
No, I got the Genesis. I actually remember I got the Genesis as a kid when I had the NES still, but then my mom gave the NES to the neighbor because she said, quote unquote, that's too many video games. She didn't understand it wasn't like a VCR. She's like, I was like, well, I want to play Kirby now, but you gave the NES away. She's like, oh, they'll make it for Sega. I'm like, it's not a VCR. It's not like, this isn't like a Betamax versus a tape deck thing, Mom. It's a exclusivity box with a license,
I can't wait until my child is born and I force them to play all the old good games so that they
just
become
imagine
a good
that
person.
The Redditor, I actually saw that. I saw literally a post on Reddit that was like,
I'm gonna make my son play
they literally did. They're like, I hooked up the NES for my son and he held the controller for 2 minutes and started throwing a retard tantrum and screaming and throwing the controller, and he wasn't having any fun at all. And like, I was so excited to have him play, and he just didn't even engage with the game. He just like was instantly frustrated and bored and annoyed with this piece of shit in front of him, and like threw the controller and screamed and had a meltdown. And the guy's like, I'm really sad that my son doesn't appreciate Mario. I might have to give him up for adoption. Like a guy in like a it's just like a boring Mario 1-up shirt. Like it just has a Mario 1-up on it, nothing else. And like
frowning in the frame.
Yeah. He's frowning and he's got like a gross mustache and then he's got a Mario hat on and the sun's in the back.
Yeah, you see that in the background just wearing only a diaper. Walls
Yeah.
completely stained, full of holes. Yeah, classic. Now that's a Nintendo life.
It's a Nintendo life for me.
Yeah, yeah. But when I do that, it'll be different. When I do that, it'll work.
Yeah, when I wear a diaper and play Nintendo,
It's
that's
cool.
just game. That's just gaming.
It's my designer diaper, my streaming diaper.
Are you excited for the new games that are coming out that aren't just re-releases, remakes?
But the Switch 2 stuff,
I
or
mean,
just like in general.
that's pretty much it, right? Like Switch 2, I mean, Nintendo obviously always re-release. I mean, every new Mario Kart for the past 15 years has been the same fucking game. Like, prove me wrong. It's impossible.
No, I think that Mario Kart 8 is technically the highest selling game maybe ever. I don't know.
That's what happens when you release the same game for a decade straight. It sells the most. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing people can play, and that's the only one. That's the only one in the series. Yeah, it sells more. It's crazy.
Yeah, for so many people, it's like video games are just Mario. Like Mario is the only thing that exists, and it's crazy to think. You know, you and I, we have such discerning tastes. We'll play games that aren't just made by Capcom or something. We'll play stuff made by like a group of 5 people, and but a lot of people. Mario is the be all and end all for gaming. So like, oh, there's Mario single player and Mario multiplayer. Obviously, I'll get Mario multiplayer because I want people to come over and I'll have Mario multiplayer for us to play when we all have too many beers and we can play Mario drunky.
Yeah, you get the power up. It's so much fun when you get the power up. That's what makes it fun. When the girl that's in last place, because girls can't play video games. Sorry, ladies, it's true. She gets the blue shell, and it's so fun for her. Oh no, the blue shell. It's classic blue shell. Has anyone made a blue shell 9/11 edit?
I'm certain. I'm 1,000% certain that exists. Just like Magic Koopa grimacing as the towers fall.
Speaking of Final Fantasy VII and 9/11, my buddy has that 9/11 first responder shirt.
Yeah, so do I.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Got it straight from the source. I got it from the actual guy who made it. Yeah.
Yes, he got the real one.
I'll be wearing that at PAX, and I'm sure that the proximity to New York will not be an issue.
Honestly, it's tasteful.
I think so.
Who the fuck doesn't have a sense of humor about 9/11 anyway? It's the funniest death of 3,000 people. That is the joke that will never end. There's 2 jokes that will never stop giving, and it's Michael Richards' Laugh Factory and 9/11. Those are the 2.
I think about Michael Richards so often. It's really just like a really formative moment in history,
It really was the last time anyone could say it. Literally, that was it. I'm not even kidding you.
That's what broke the threshold. That's when people
besides
were
HBO media, maybe even, but not even that. I think Sopranos had already had run its course by that point, right? That was it. What else? Who else said it?
That's it.
There was Always Sunny in Philadelphia said it a couple.
All those
times.
Episodes got removed. I think they're not allowed to be shown anymore because they're too painful.
The Always Sunny ones.
The blackface episodes were removed from all streaming platforms because I guess they were like, well, people won't understand what the joke is here. They'll just think that it's cool to wear blackface, so we have to get rid of them.
It is cool to wear blackface. Vaudeville is an American tradition, and blackface is part of that.
I found out the other day that Three Stooges used to do minstrel shows before they started beating each other with bats.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, some of them, there was one of them that was definitely into that shit.
It's crazy.
Three Stooges is pretty funny, though.
It is. I like when they get hurt. It makes me laugh.
I like the episode where they're plumbers, where they go to the rich people's house to fix the plumbing, and they're just fucking everything up. You ever seen that one?
No.
I recommend. Give it a watch.
Only for Three Stooges plumbers fuck everything up.
Yeah, they are on the run from the police for some reason. It's actually pretty well as far as the lore and the mythos of it, it's well put together. They start in the court where they're on trial for some kind of chicken related crime where there's no evidence, and then Curly reaches in his pockets and a bunch of chicken feathers fly out, but they still get off for free. The judge bangs the guy. He's like, these boys are upstanding, innocent citizens, and it's automatically funny. They get out, and then it's an Irish stereotype Paddy cop that's after them, which is fucking great. And he's immediately on their shit. As soon as they leave the courthouse, he's stalking and harassing them to try to get them arrested again.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was
they run away to this rich person's house in a plumbing van, and she's like, "Oh, good, you're here. Go fix everything." It's fucking great. And then they just fuck the house up.
Yeah, I gotta add that one to my Three Stooges, playlist.
It might be my favorite episode. In all honesty, it's quite good.
You get they never overstay their welcome, the Stooges. I feel like the only thing that's come close in modernity in terms of like entertainment and comedy is Jackass. And that's just because they're actually, getting violently injured.
Stooges did set the stage for that. I mean, like, there's a scene in that episode where Mo gets his ass burned with a blowtorch, and he did that stunt on set. Like, they blew fire into his ass crack while he wore fireproof pants, or maybe not fireproof pants. Who knows? Back then,
Yeah, back then I think they just kind of did it. They just dealt with the horrific injuries.
yeah,
Like, that's showbiz.
yeah. Whoops,
But
taint got squirt.
it's worth it.
Taint jerky.
Yeah,
taint jerky. He sold it actually.
no one's talking about the silent shit. No one's talking about the films from the 1920s, except for like maybe one or two from some German guy fleeing
They're
from.
not good. They're boring. Have you tried watching them?
Yeah.
Snore Ferratu.
No color or anything.
Yeah, what's the point? And I can't control it. There's no controller adapter. I don't get to like video games over movies any day. I don't want to sit. That's the most gay thing you can do is sit and be dictated to with a screen in front of you, and you're not jumping on Mario bad guys.
Then
I love movies. There's way too many fucking fake movie critics. Speaking of, we talked about screenwave media earlier, and like, yeah, like James's like little foray into being a fucking great value red letter media was one of the most embarrassing fucking wastes of time possible. I fucking hate that Tony guy, the Hack the Movies guy. He's a fucking fat, smug piece of shit. If I ever see him at fucking MagFest, I'm going to punch him in the fucking throat. I hate that fat fucking cunt. He's such a piece of shit. He has non-opinions. He's not interesting. He's just a bland, fat moron. He tweets video games are for children. He does it consistently to just try to upset gamers. But it's like, dude, you're like a fucking 30-something wannabe red letter media like man-child who talks about horror movies. Like, horror movies are the lowest of the low. Like, ooh, I just love the gore. Oh, I love the murderer's knife and zombie blood too. Like, shut the fuck up. Corny, fucking retarded garbage. It sucks. Horror movies are the lowest of the low, bottom of the barrel crap.
No. Evil Dead 2 is the greatest film ever made, but that's a horror comedy.
Evil Dead 2 is fucking incredible, but that's not a horror movie. Straight a horror movie. That movie it's not made by some like to it. That movie
Italian guy.
Dude, that movie, like, here's the thing. Like, it's not even Italian people ripping off George Costanza zombie films. It's I'm talking about zombie with an I. Zombie.
Yeah. Well, there's like a billion Italian like ripoffs. Like, oh, this is
literally using his
like House of the Dead 6 or whatever.
They use fucking Day of the Dead footage and all that shit. The Romero
blatantly
films.
stealing.
Yeah, and I mean Tom Savini is Italian, so to be fair, I guess right? Like, that has to be an Italian guy. His name's fucking Savini. How's he not?
For every 100 guys making like whatever the fuck Critters
That's the gore guy, by the way. Tom Savini's the gore guy from that.
There's always like an Angelo Badalamenti or a fucking who's the guy? Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yes,
Spaghetti
Western Man.
We don't even have to say it. Everyone knows. Everyone listening knows.
Eric Marcolone.
That's right, Eric Marioni. Everyone listening to the show is a big brainiac. They know it all.
America.
That sounds right. It sounds right.
It's really fucking good music.
But yeah, it's just the way that these things have to pan out. Like, I mean, even here in America, have you seen what 90% of films? They're just like complete trite, forgettable garbage. Like, I was watching old like VHS and things, just seeing the previews for these movies that came out sometimes before I was born. It's like, I've never heard of this. This looks like it just faded away into nothing. Like, it's not even like so horrific that it's stuck in anyone's memory. It's just complete nothing, mediocre waste of time.
That's the worst thing you can be.
And that's it. It's like, yeah, so many games, movies, shows, etc. It's just like no impact, nothing.
Dude, did you hear about this? Netflix is doing a thing called second screen shows. This is the most fucking infuriating. Yeah, this is embarrassing and infuriating. Literally, they're making a fucking thing where you're not supposed to watch the shows. You're supposed to have them on your second monitor
while you're on like TikTok or something.
This is the kind of people that like, this is for people who like, there's a video I saw of some piece of fucking shit Zoomer who's like, how I'm so productive. I made an AutoHotkey script to scrub through anime episodes so I can efficiently watch them. Like, Wow, you're really enjoying stuff, dude. That sounds like a fulfilling experience. You're really, really enjoying stuff.
Yeah, I only watched
That's
it
how
good.
you're skipping through stuff and you're just deciding what the pacing of something is. And that's so cool of you. You're not retarded at all.
It's a life hack. He's hacking
Yeah,
life.
you're not ruining the entire conceptualization of a presentation of like any kind of form of media worth watching by skipping
Any
around.
anyone who sees like any form of art and is like, I wonder how I can brute force my way into this field
YouTube
will
video, how I
never,
fixed the Mona Lisa.
yeah, well, they'll never create anything of value as long as their efforts and as long as their methods are just like, if I just kind of analyze, if I look at this hard enough in the right way, if I look at this at the right
I
angle.
turn myself into ChatGPT and make a soulless gay derivative synthesizing of this.
Yeah, it's the same people that are like, oh yeah, AI prompts, that's good. That makes good stuff. That's good. And when people say it's soulless, that hurts my feelings because I spent a long time thinking up that sentence, and I know I put a lot of work into it.
I will say this. Yeah, I created. I'm not just using AI. I crafted the queries that made this wonderful stuff. I do. I will say, like, okay, let me like put my foot down about the AI issue here because a lot of people are like either insanely creepily into it or like vehemently malfunctioningly opposed to it. I'm in the middle on it, and I'll tell you why. One, if you're an artist and you're afraid of AI taking your job, you're a shitty artist. Two, if you just need asset creation for something and you just want something there and you're curating it well and you're making it not stand out as AI slop, fine. Three, I think it makes fucking hilarious music. The music that it makes is some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. I've made
That is something. It's
the
taking
songs
away.
are so good. The songs, like not all of them, but if you write funny shit and you pick the right song style, you can make insanely hilarious music with it. Like
It's like
ridiculously funny bullshit.
you remember probably when there's like a huge influx on YouTube where it's just like people making shitty parodies of random songs. Like basically just like which Backstreet Boy is gay and all that stuff.
That's been a thing forever. People ripping off
Yeah.
Wesley Willis even since Kazaa days, where they make their own shitty versions of it.
I think that's kind of like what the current AI music landscape is. And that's
like
all it can really be. And that's all it ever really should be.
Right. It makes good comedy songs. It doesn't make good real songs. And like the only question I guess it raises as far as creatives are concerned is like what kid is gonna fucking learn an instrument or give a shit about actually learning music theory when they can just like type diarrhea sandwich song into fucking 11 labs or whatever. That's the other thing I was gonna say, the voice synthesis where I literally have one that is trained solely on Minecraft with Gadget Mike Matei. A buddy of mine trained it, and he has it as text to speech on his stream. So you can just be like, Mikey, 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 like just make him say stuff about like punching his girlfriend in the head and stuff. It's great. In the fucking Minecraft
That's fine.
voice.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like impersonating someone and slandering them, that's fine. Yeah.
Mike Matei is an accessible target because he made bad comics.
Dude, I don't think
anything to him, and you're morally sound.
If he hasn't learned to laugh at himself by this point, Mike, go fuck yourself. Not that you're listening, but if you ever do, I know you do, because he accepted the Minecraft bullshit. He probably doesn't accept Loco Bandito praise. If you tell him, "Hey, I really like the Loco Bandito. I think it's your greatest comic," he'd probably just walk away. He'd
probably assume that you had like someone with a camera around the corner waiting to like get him.
Intent. If I ever like could get a real chat with him, where like it was at like the Screenwave Media Party at MagFest, which they didn't have last year, but if he was ever there and I could casually bring it up after, not open with that, but casually
bring it up, plying him with liquor.
Yeah, I'd be like, so Loco Bandito, huh? What were you thinking there? I love how he's like, yeah, I wanted it to be like a Sunday comic, but the publishers were too much.
It was too edgy. It was too advanced. It couldn't run alongside Calvin and Hobbes.
And Heathcliff. There's just something about the ham helmet that doesn't quite mesh with a guy yelling a slur for Spanish people and shitting on his own face. I don't get it.
Maybe Mike Matei actually is. He is funny. I mean,
he's inadvertently a comedy genius.
Yeah, better writer than these Screenlight fellas. I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely.
Holy fuck.
That's another thing with like James Rolfe shit. Why is it James Rolfe keeps bringing up childhood trauma as jokes in AVGN?
Does
the balls
I have not
on
been
the
watching
dick.
Yes. Well,
no, this is old. This is like legacy AVGN. The Dick Tracy episode. Do you remember that one?
The balls on the dick. No,
Yeah,
wasn't
he
that
says,
wasn't that when
if we
Mike was
were-
still writing it?
I don't know. No, this is a James thing though. Because it's in his biography. So I'll tell you the whole backstory. In the Dick Tracy episode, he goes, if this was a dick, then we were the balls. And so I always thought that joke was just like, it's not really a joke. It's just like a weird attempt at like an aphorism or like some kind of, it sounds like James is trying to like literature type
Shakespearean
expression. He's doing some sort of literary expression, but he's doing it with a puerile subject matter. So it's like it was like kind of his style. He was pretty good at that. You know, he was funny for that. It wasn't hilarious for that, but it was funny that he would like go from giving a serious format to saying like, you know, I'd rather be playing with dog turds, whatever. Point being, in his biography, the balls on the dick line, literally, it has a genesis of like, this was his sped bus driver. Literally, it was the bus driver was mad because the previous day James Rolfe had not informed the bus drivers to not wait for him because they waited for him. Because the worst thing a bus driver could do is not wait for the retard kid, drive home without them, and then the retard's stranded at school and something horrible happens, right? So they waited, and then finally got word, oh, James isn't coming. He got a ride that day. So the next day, the bus drivers mildly chastised him and then sort of sympathized with him to sort of a lowering of class by saying, yeah, nobody tells us shit. We're the lowest on the totem pole. The ball's on the dick. And James, in his book, goes, this was very inappropriate. And they knew they were taking advantage of me and bullying me by saying this. And like, it's like, dude, they were like trying to like, they probably felt bad about snapping at a retard. And then they were trying to like relate to you by like cussing and being the cool bus drivers. But like James is such a fucking idiot that was in special ed for 7 years. They didn't pick up on this. So he literally got traumatized into going to school the next day, pissing his pants, freaking out, and kicking the door so hard that the glass broke on his special ed classroom door. And he had to have a sit down with the principal and his teacher and explain this bullshit that had happened about how he had a meltdown because they said balls on the dick to him. I'm not making this up. I wish I could make up something that's funny. This is all from his biography, one-to-one. I'm not embellishing it. Dude, there's so much in that book that
why did he ever tell anyone this?
There's so much in his biography that it's like, why are you doing this? Like, he literally talks about how he threw tantrums and pissed himself. He talks about how he was in special ed for 7 years. He talks about, like, it's like, I guess he wanted to. Like, I guess he wanted to, like, because a lot of people fuck with James now. There's, like, the Reddit forum of, like, everyone making, like, the not enough time 540 memes and all this shit. And, like, it is a lot easier to fuck with someone if they're on the internet and if you're dehumanizing them. So maybe this was a ploy to humanize himself in the eyes of like bullies and shit. Because I feel bad for him. I feel bad like I picked on a retard or something. You know, like, what are you, fucking retarded? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just quoting AVGN at this. It's like, okay, the fact that he was in special ed and made that joke is so incredible too, because like that's the kind of joke you make when you're
just
not
like
retarded.
Holding on to a phrase for years and years and years.
No, like that's the kind of joke that you make when you're not retarded. You say like, "What are you, a fucking retard?" Like, no retard says.
I thought it was playing the balls.
Oh, the balls on the
traumatizing balls.
That's what it is. I was going to say is he did that with multiple phrases that he discussed being traumatizing things from his childhood. He made them into AVGN jokes, and yeah, like I wondered the same thing. Like, is he doing this to like cope in some way? Like, did he put the balls on? Like, is it really stuck in his craw that bad that he brought it up again because he still feels bad about it, or does he think it's funny now, or like? Because the way he described it in the book, it sounds like he like still resents that bus driver.
Right,
like, I know he was
permanently damaged him psychologically.
Yes, he's permanently psychologically damaged from a bus driver trying to relate to him by cussing, which I think that's all that really was, to be honest. It was a bus driver, like they snapped at him because he's like, why didn't you tell us? You know, and then like he's like, hey, nobody tells us shit, kid. We're the lowest on the totem pole. Balls on the dick. Like, yeah. You can imagine it was just some like
he sounded too much. He sounded too much like Mario from the Super Mario show, and he
like, hey, fuck you, Luigi! Yeah. You got a piece of spaghetti on your overalls. Yeah. James came in with pasta all over his clothes. He goes, "Got a piece of spaghetti? Got a piece of spaghetti?" And it gave him Mario flashbacks.
Oh my god! Yeah, even if he is all these things and did do all these things, I still out of everyone I saw or watched or. You know,
he was the only one worthwhile.
I still have a great love for AVGN and James Rolfe, regardless of whatever he's doing now.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about what his new episode. Like, like I said, we all want to sell out. The fact that James could squeeze money out of those fucking Screenwave retards by like selling out a series, good on him. He's got a wife and fucking kids now. Like, I don't give a shit what he's doing. As long as his like family's provided for and he's having somewhat fun and not like, you know, I mean, he could be working at fucking Walmart, which he will be when he goes more bald. We've seen the Photoshop, but like he's doing something that's at least tolerable for him, that he makes money doing very low impact, low effort shit. You know what I mean? Like, if fucking Remember of Game made me that much money, you know, is enough to live on, then yeah, like I wouldn't complain about selling out. It'd be fine. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, there'd be way more episodes too.
Yeah, and they'd suck because it'd be like Screenwave Media. No. I don't think I could ever go that route. I don't think
the newest Remember of Game, about Oblivion Remaster. So this is like the original game, and that is the greatest game ever made.
Yeah, and by the way, check out Raycon.
So if you're like getting yelled at by your wife because you forgot to take out the trash again for the second month in a row, get Raycon earbuds so that when you go back on the raid, your fellas won't hear her screaming at you, saying how much she regrets marrying such a waste of skin.
And speaking of Raid Shadow Legends, you can play it with your wife to bond with her again.
Tell her, honey,
just made a guy on there and leave you for him.
Yeah, and she can use your your referral link for 5 new heroes.
Oh my god!
Oh, I love ads. I love
sick.
Adification.
Yeah, fuck it. We should do a whole episode where it's just that. We should like
non-stop ad read.
Yeah, we should like script it out so everything we say is like, well, speaking of, you know.
Yeah, we should start. The title should be like the truth behind Billy or something. Yeah, Billy exposed.
Majorly clickbait.
Something that we never even reference.
Have you used, by the way, speaking of Billy Mitchell and Carl Job Super Turbo, have you used your Ricky's Hot Sauce promo code Carl by Billy for 90% off?
Is that he owns like a chicken place or something?
Yeah, it's his dad's family restaurant. He inherited it, and he's got Ricky's restaurants and then his hot sauce.
He's like a whole chain of restaurants.
I think there's a few of them. There's like 3 or 4.
That's fucking crazy.
Maybe it's more. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I always thought it was like 3 in the Florida
official
area.
Carl Jobst hot sauce. But I mean,
blow jobs, as we say.
It is weird. It is funny. You think that you had any impact on that somehow in like the Carl Jungian subconscious of the world?
Yeah, I definitely
like malice towards blowjobs resulted in this outcome.
I incepted this man's failure. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I mean, my friend caused Sam through psychic inception. He manifested it.
I have to cut that out for sure.
Yeah, that's for you. Or not leaving that part. If you want that part, you got to subscribe to the OnlyFans.
Yeah, you got to subscribe to the Patreon episodes where we release the stuff that's too hot for YouTube, the stuff that's too hot for my boss. So I gave my business card because I'm desperate for views.
Oh my god, you idiot!
Could you think of a stupider thing to do?
No, I actually can't. I actually remember back in the day at one of my office jobs, my fucking coworkers were adding each other on Steam. Like, they're like, yeah, let's add our boss to play Left 4 Dead. Like, yeah, let's let our boss know our exact
every time
game
we're
activity.
Online. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when I call in sick and a game opens and I'm immediately, suspect.
Fired. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the thought of no thanks. No, thank you. That's what I think.
I click no thank you on that. I say decline all cookies.
Accept cookies. Yes, please. With pleasure.
Yummy, with frosting. Yeah.
That's what I say when I go on a new website.
When I go to the cookie store, I say,
I forgot
those cookies for once.
Wow. We've talked about it all, haven't we? Is there anything even left on this planet?
We talked about the Oblivion remaster. I will say with a caveat, I can understand getting enjoyment out of Oblivion the same way I got enjoyment out of Skyrim. They're both terrible games, but yes, they can be fun. But like,
it'd be very fun.
That's the worst genre of game is the offline single player MMO where you just pack rat everything and walk around like a fucking. You just put the controller in your mouth and chew on it to win. They're just games for babies. So yeah. That's what that is. I was gonna say all new games are just remakes. Oh, Metal Gear Delta. You can believe
by a random guy.
Yeah, Metal Gear Delta. Who cares? Remake of a thing I don't really like. Whatever. Metal Gear Solid 3's a good game, but I don't care about a remake. They already remade it. Fuck you. They already did that. This is a remake of a remake.
The
asshole.
Pachinko.
Well, no, okay. So it's a remake of a remake of a remake. Then we're fourth down the line because we had Metal Gear Solid 3. Then we had
kind of subsistence.
Yeah. And then we had Pachinko and then Delta. So this is obviously the Pachinko is You know, that's like counting the mobile Castlevania games as a Castlevania release, or like the DLC for fucking that I played, and I can't remember the name because I'm an idiot. You know the one.
Vampire Survivors.
No, I didn't say a top-down fucking game you play on the
Said
toilet.
French guy.
Yeah, French people actually understand game design, believe it or not. Like as far as retro, fucking god damn it, I can't.
Oh, was it the Noitu Love guy? Whatever his name is.
No, he's not.
Iconoclast.
No, that's a different guy. It's I can't remember. I literally cannot remember. It starts with a T, maybe. We'll say that. It starts with a T.
Game Boy French guy. I think, yeah, the only games I'm looking forward to for the most part, I'm looking forward to a couple like Switch 2 games because, you know, as much as I complain about
it's the only video game console. It's the only console.
Yeah, it's true.
Every other one is just a shittier PC. Every other one is just a fucking X64 unified fucking platform exclusivity box, literally. Every other one is not a console anymore.
Yeah, all the same hardware, just different case. It's very strange. It's a little sad. It's pretty sad. I do miss
when you have to depend on Nintendo, right?
They make the games, so you have to. It's the only way. If they didn't make great games, you know, I would not like them, but they do, so they can do literally whatever they want to me. They can literally come to my house and shoot me in the head.
Well, they need to bring, yes,
put me on the Mario
Nintendo,
IV.
Please kill me. Miyamoto, please come blow my head off with a 12 gauge. I would actually like to see like a lot of the like shit that's locked on the Wii U come to the, like, they need to bring back all the really good shit like Wonderful 101 and like
that one is, yeah.
Okay, good.
Is it on Steam now, even?
Oh, really? Okay, good. Well, that shit like that like, needs to not be left on, like, you know what I mean? Like stuff that gets locked to a platform. Like that happened with Contra fucking Hardcore Uprising. That's only on like console
Xbox
game stores.
Live,
yeah.
Whatever.
And like that's a really fucking cool run and gun. It's really good and that would sell like hotcakes on Steam. I'm still holding my breath waiting for that one because it literally fucking took ArcSys like 10 years after the expiration date to get like fucking Guilty Gear Plus R, Accent Core Plus R on Steam, which is a good version and it was worth the wait. But fuck you for making me wait that long to play like the last good 2D Guilty Gear, and it's a good game.
Did they update it too? The like rollback, like
it's got rollback. Yeah, it plays. It's just like a while ago, but yeah, it plays fucking great. It's got lobby play. It's got, you know, you can play with your buds. It works great.
Slayer.
Yeah, you can constantly have the best normals in the game. Every button you press, everything.
You complain about how your character sucks no matter who you pick. Doesn't matter.
Like, here's the thing in Guilty Gear, any character that has an overhead as a normal or a special is automatically fucking S tier because the only overhead most characters have for the most part is just the dust, like the launcher. So any character that has like Kai Kisk has the fucking flippy sword. Slayer has like all sorts of he has normals that are overheads. He has all sorts of shit. Like any character that has
whatever.
Yeah, pile bunker, anything like that in that game elevates you to a cut above, which is fucking great. The tiers in that game are just psychotic. But like also at the same time, personal skill. It's one of those games where personal skill, the more personal skill someone has, the less the tiers mean because everything's insane, which I love. It's just more proof that like developers need to balance up, not down, you know? Like that's like it's I swear to God, it's like MOBA brain aids or something. It's Dota and League players think, well, that needs to be nerfed. That sounds unbalanced. Literally,
I lost to this character. Yeah,
no, but like it's not just that. It's like using a mechanic that's fun is unbalanced and OP. Like that should have a cooldown because using it would be OP. Like what? Like how much of a fucking loser are you? Like yeah, jumping around and having fun sounds OP. Totally, man.
Speaking of that, have you looked at the new Garou at all? City of the Wolves.
Yeah, it looks fucking awesome. Garou.
I've been playing it a lot.
It looks rad, and I'm getting a new computer on the 19th, and I'm going to play it with you. We will play it together. They added my fucking main. They have Hoko Tomorrow in it.
Yeah, he grew up.
Yeah, and like this is the first mainline fighting game of any series, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, all of them, that has my fucking main in it without waiting for DLC or waiting for them to add it later. Like Baiken, not in fucking Strive at launch, I'm pretty sure. Street Fighter 6, no Ibuki, no Guy, like
no
City of the Wolves.
Ryu.
Yeah, City of the Wolves, Hoko Tomorrow, there he is. There's your fucking name.
They said they're gonna have every Garou character in at some point, but for now, I used to use Terry, but I've been using Marco.
That's is Marco the
he used to be named Butt.
Kushu Butt. No, he's my other character. Yeah, I always call him Butt because seeing Butt versus Butt is really good.
Really funny. Yeah,
he
I really
looks
like him.
fucking awesome. Yeah, he looks fucking awesome in that.
I was gonna say with what you were saying with the mechanic, like actually having a fun mechanic that's not just it doesn't even have to be hard to
Well,
use.
the rev is a perfect, like the rev and the overheat is a perfect example of balance up, not down in that game. And they did
You can use all your
like,
EX in one big blast combo, and then you have to deal with the consequences.
Yep, it's fucking great. Like that is, and it plays. The thing about that game is, it's not as some nouveau retro bullshit that's faking it. It really does look like it plays exactly like a 4-button SNK Neo Geo fighter. Like it looks fucking perfect, and that's great. That's all they need to do.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
They freshened it up with some good, well thought out mechanics that probably need some tweaking, but like they're not. It's not like look at Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is a fucking disaster. There was just a major update to Tekken 8 where like there's
broke the game completely.
Yeah, there's a thing where you just do more damage for no fucking reason. You can literally just do like touch of death, like 90% HP, fuck you combos with characters. It's like it broke the game completely. Yeah, I'm excited to play City of the Wolves.
It's good.
I will be playing that soon.
It's got all the stuff that you remember.
I need to get a new fucking controller. My D-pad is like failing. Yeah.
You do the feint cancels, you do feint combos, the break system's still in there.
It's got Just Defend, which is fucking cool.
Yeah. And now it's got Red Parry. It's called Hyper Defend.
What does that do? Because I know Just Defend does no chip, no knockback.
Exactly the same as a Red Parry, except it also restores health. So you have like a 1 or
but it's a Just Defend. Frame. It's off block, right?
No, so when you're already blocking, if you press forward like in Third Strike, it works like a Red Parry, and you can just guard cancel out that into an instant kill them and win combo.
No, it's good. I like that. Shit like that's cool.
Yeah, but very, very tricky on the timing.
Right. I mean, I only ever get Red Parries on accident in Third Strike. I'm not that good at that.
It's really hard.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's fun. It pisses me off severely.
Family Guy joke. No, you think that's bad? Super Turbo. Have you ever looked at the frame windows for Super Turbo?
Aren't the inputs all like frame perfect?
Like literally doing a reversal Shoryu is a tighter window than a parry in Third Strike. Like doing a wake up reversal Shoryu is a harder input. It's a whole Shoryu in it's like sometimes I don't know if there's a 1 frame, there's a 4 frame for sure, which parries are 6. So it's like literally doing a wake up reversal Shoryu in Super Turbo is harder than hitting forward once.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah. I know it's like the grandfather fighting games, and everyone like, oh, Super Turbo is the eternal game. I could just never.
I'm not into it personally, but I love watching it. I like watching. I don't play it. I watch the Japanese players play it. Watching the really good Japanese guys on. There's a stream, Game Newton on Twitch that they do GameSpot Arcade.
Oh yeah. I watched that one arcade or whatever that just posts all the videos of like Hayao clapping the shit out of people.
Yeah, it's GameSpot Arcade. It's I believe it's GameStop, not GameSpot. GameSpot. GameStop. It's one of the two. It's either Spot or Stop. I can't fucking remember, but
whatever. Yes, is great.
They do all the East versus West Third Strike battles. They have all the killers of Third Strike play there.
It's nice. Third Strike's another game where it really shows that the tier list means absolutely nothing because you got like the mask with Q
something but
annihilating people.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a limit to that, but yes, there's still obvious disparities, but yes.
Yes,
it's sad. It's sad watching YSB or Hayao, like the really good Hugos. It's sad watching them have to fight the best Makotos because that's when the tier list comes back into play. When
if you get touched once, you die instantly.
When the 2 people playing are both killers, like then it's like okay, well,
I got not touch of death, it's touch of stun, so it's fair, even though it still kills you.
Did you ever see Mike Z's proposed list of changes for Third Strike balance changes?
Were they actually like good ideas?
Yeah, they're good. I've looked over, like a lot of them are like very reasonable. He didn't have enough Ibuki changes though. I don't need her
positive
to be
or what?
Yeah, like he had some really smart ones. Some like I don't want to get into all the nitty gritty because not everyone gives a fuck about Street Fighter bullshit. But he needed to like play all the cast more. I'd say like he had the best critiques of like Hugo, he had the best changes for it.
I know he's a big grappler head.
And he likes Makoto, so he had a ton of shit to say about Makoto. Obviously, he had a ton of shit to say about Chun-Li because everyone fucking knows Chun-Li is a menace in that game. Dude, I met a guy recently that bitched about Chun-Li in Third Strike.
Was his name Price?
She's changed. She's different. No, it was like a guy that like takes himself really seriously about like Super Turbo play, and it's like, I'm the best Chun-Li. I'll beat anybody. And he's just like, whatever. He plays people on his stream, and he's kind of scrubby and whatever. And he could beat random like nobodies, but if any actual killers come on, he's just dead. So like, He played Third Strike, where Chun-Li is literally the best character. She's barely different from her other incarnations in the other fucking Street Fighter. She just has a better tool set with more shit. She's not actually that different. And he's like, Chun-Li's different. I don't like her. He calls her Changed Li. Changed Li. She's different. Li. She's different. Yeah, she's different now.
I love it. I love it when someone thinks that they have like a really good idea or they have like a catchphrase and start parroting it constantly.
And it's like, dude, you're bitching about literally the top one character in the game. You're complaining that your main that you've used that's good in every game, by the way, she's fucking eating good in Super Turbo. If you get meter in Super Turbo with Chun-Li and they like press a button, they eat a super. And then other than that, they're getting tick thrown in the fucking corner. Like Chun-Li owns in Super Turbo. She's insanely good in that game.
Yeah, she's got an air grab too.
Yeah, she's got an air throw. She has an excellent tick throw game. Her super goes through projectiles and will just the shit out of you for like 60, 70% health. Like, she's great. She's insane in that game. And then in Third Strike, she's got the same thing. She has a super that fucking kill that, like, if you are at all like fucking plus on a move, even if it connects, she's going to super you. You know what I mean? Like, you lose. You fucking lose automatically. I always mix that up, plus and minus. It's minus is the good
minus
one.
Is bad.
No, minus is the bad one. Okay, yeah. So if you're minus at all on anything.
Yeah, you have less
I know what
frames.
The principle of it means. It's the amount of frames you have until you can fucking recover
your
and
first
guard.
active frame.
Yeah, but I always fucking forget if it's plus or minus.
Yeah, plus is basically just like, you can be like, okay, so this has this much startup, so I can chain to this hit, that kind of thing.
Stunning. You just figure out all your plus moves and then just block stun.
That's why it's actually useful in Garo, because with the feint canceling, this is the last thing I'll say about it. You can actually go in training and see like, okay, if I do this and feint cancel into it, this goes from like -9 to like +6, so I can actually get a combo off this move. So it's very.
There's a ton of there's a lot of like nasty block stun shit with Hoku tomorrow. I've looked at his shit. My buddy was showing me. Yeah, my buddy was showing me training mode. Just like, I was like, hey, does he still have the crouching kick, like where he does the step up kicks, where he kicks and then does the teleport slash? Yeah. So in Garo, that was punishable on block. In this game, it's not. You can it's EX though. So if you do it, you're fucking with your rev, but you're fucking with your overheat. I mean, but it's like, that's fucked up. That's not. You have to like punish it with like a Shoryu or something.
You have to guess with the invincible Shoryu, and that's the one you can't break. So if you fuck up, you just die.
And not only that, but he has the fake out ones. You do like 3 of the fake out ones to fuck with them, and then you do the real one, and they're just like, face palming, like angry, like
face palm. Picard comes back.
Yeah, he comes back, and I smash you in the head with a cinder block for reminding me Reddit exists. No, I'm sorry. God. Reddit, dude. Reddit exists so that fucking idiots can post like the obvious reference in reply to things. Like, that's all. Reddit is like a flypaper for people who need to quote shit compulsively. I'm glad it exists. Yeah, I'm glad it exists so that, it's like top one commenter, guy that's only saying a line from fucking some shitty Joss Whedon show.
Guy who really likes The Princess Bride.
Yeah, guy who's editing that out.
The fighting game community.
Hopefully the fighting game community will join us on Fighting Game Fridays, where we dodge all requests to fight.
I would love to actually do that, but I feel like, no. I mean, honestly, I would love to put out like a Dojo Busters kind of, just like any challengers come in.
Well, if you want to, excuse me, this is an aside from the podcast, maybe an announcement of sorts, but if you want to, if you ever felt like streaming a fighting game night on Twitch, I would definitely be down to like co-MC / play.
Yeah, I mean, even this outside of just Garo, but I've been wanting to get back
into Guilty Gear, City of the Wolves, anything. Because I'm told you, the 19th, I'm getting a new computer and I will be able to play games again. So you're going to see some wacky things on my stream. Let me tell you, you're going to see some fun stuff.
Oh yeah, here's your plug. You can plug to the anyone who somehow missed your first appearance, or
if you want to see somebody playing video games, come to my stream.
Yeah, if you want to see someone, they're calling him the second coming of Mike Matei.
Yeah, I'm going to pull my wiener out. I'm going to measure it completely wrong, just like Mike did. You don't stand over a table with an erection with a fucking ruler on the table, Mike. That's not 10 inches, okay? You might have a big penis, but that's not how you measure it, okay, idiot? You don't put it on the floor and stand over it and go, there it goes, look at that. Starts the measurement from down the block, measures all the way, and then under his ass, and then, wow, look at that, Mike measured his dick wrong. This will be my echoing sentiment forever, and I'll never drop it until he publicly admits it. It says, "I, Mike Ote, measured my dick wrong."
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm sorry. All right. Thanks for having me. I hope everybody enjoyed listening to us jabber and get at it. We get at it. We jabber.
It's true. With no restraining factor, no one's limited. This might be the most. It's basically ASMR, I think, for just like bad people, for the gamer your mom told you to watch out for.
Yeah, watch out. They either liked it or they instantly screamed, "Shut the fuck up," and closed the tab.
Yeah,
one or the other. I'm fine with either.
There's nothing in between. Extremes are what we're going for. It's a mixed reception. That's what sticks in the mind. Anyways,
dead or alive, extreme beach volleyball.
Watch Marty's videos. Watch Marty's stream.
Oh yeah, win a free Apple iPod on YouTube is my username if you want to
win a free Apple iPod. I strongly recommend if you want to hear more of his.
I like how my account outlived iPods.
You want to hear more of his genuine sentiments and thoughts on the gaming world? Listen to the entirety of the Super Duper Ultra Mega Gamer Casts. They will satisfy you.
It's a parody of a gamer podcast, so go into
his real ideas that he really thinks. You can tell because he's putting on a really stupid, annoying voice, the completely different one you're hearing. And also watch the Remember of Games. I think the last one actually was a genuine review.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself. But I got a joke coming up next, and we're going to work on that.
That's true. I'm not sure how. Tomorrow? I mean, I'm going to be in Boston, but maybe if I'm on like the train or something.
Fuck. You can't do video editing on a train?
That's what I was saying. This is my last day.
Well, fuck. When are you back?
Next Monday.
Okay, well, let's just reschedule.
Yeah,
because this is fine. I'm glad that I got to do this.
Yes, it'll all work out. But yeah, watch. I
will get the shit recorded. Yes, watch all my YouTube videos. Watch them now. This is a credible threat. I will come to your house. If you don't. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I put a lot of love. I put a lot of love into Remember of Game. I really like it's kind of my swan song of game reviews. It's meant to harken back to the classic era of internet entertainment, where I don't know. It's meant to be. It's a bit of a feigned naivety / misinformation / ignorance. But there's a layer of, obviously I know what the fuck I'm talking about with games, so I try to craft jokes based around what would have say. Like what would like the perfectly wrong dipshit say about games. So that's kind of the point of Remember of Game, is like, because the name sounds completely generic, like that's what everyone does. It's just like this like really lazy bid for attention with like, look at Mario, remember Mario? Like,
yeah, the dark secret behind Mario's evil secret.
Iceberg explained the Mario games, which are really complex. Like, I don't know. So yeah, I put a lot into those, and of course I am going to continue them. But yeah, like they never really took off, and I don't give a shit. I made them. The reason I made Remember of Game was so I had a playlist of stuff to watch on YouTube where ads wouldn't play that I could laugh at. Literally, I didn't even do it because I really wanted to make like a game review. No, but like it was 50-50. I wanted to make a game review series, and I also wanted to watch stuff on YouTube without ads playing, which, man, let me tell you, ads.
So everyone go to there, check those videos out if you want to laugh, and, check us out. You already are. Do it more.
Check us out some more. Rewind. If you want to check out more of this episode, you can rewind it to the start and watch it again. And
go to timestamp 0.
We'll put a link on the description where you can easily click. It'll say 00:00, and you can easily go back.
Pain-free. All right.
Yeah, it won't hurt.
That's it.
It will hurt if you don't subscribe. Yeah. Okay.
Keep on gaming in the free world.
And don't forget your 30 lives code. And don't forget, there's no 30 lives code in the real life, so watch out. You have to cut that. You can bleep that.
Well.
Just bleep it.